You can't really go under on him anymore. Honestly, I thought that knee injury was huge for him and his development of the jump shot. At the beginning of the year, he realized that he couldn't get to the rim like he normally does until he gets used to playing. And I thought he did a tremendous job his coming into the season, working on his jumper constantly every day. And it's really paying off for him. But now he's starting to become the Rondo that we all know. Every day. He does the same things that he was doing last year. And with him doing that on top of him shooting the ball, that's a dangerous combination.
All right, now it's Rondo time. It's been a really good string of games for Rondo. Jimmy, he had 20 points again tonight. He didn't get to 10 assists. I'm sure he's crying right now about that. What a terrible, terrible tragedy that happened to Rajon Rondo. But he's consistently dropping 20.
Honestly, I think it was the second quarter, he had like 3 amazing passes, and none of them ended up as assists because 2 ended up in fouls, and 1 I think ended up bouncing off whoever received the pass, bounced off his hands or something. But they were great plays. So as far as I'm concerned, he had 12 assists tonight. But offensively is where it really stands out to me. I mean, the long distance shooting, the 3-point shots. I mean, he's just pulling up for these threes. Darren Williams is giving him all this space. He's just draining it. These are swishes. These are going right in. He looks confident out there. No big deal. Turns around, jogs back to the other side of the court. This really is a part of his game that we've never seen before. And I don't know how much of it he has really worked on, or it's just him simply taking the shot or feeling more confident because he knows that no one else is going to really, no one's looking over his shoulder, like taking that shot over him. He's the guy on this team that, and Pierce said it after the game, if he can hit that shot consistently, he's going to be unstoppable. And I tend to agree. I mean, the knock on Rondo is what? His shooting, right? I mean, it's always been the knock on him. I
thought it was his leadership.
No. Well, that's a newly. That's like the new thing, I guess. Now that he's a good shooter, the new thing is leadership. But
always need something.
Right, exactly. But I just think that so far he looks like 5 times, 10 times the outside shooter that he's been in his career. So if he can add that to his repertoire and mix and match with the outside and the inside of the game, I mean, really, how do you defend a guy like that?
Yeah, I mean, Jared Sullinger was gushing postgame about how much Rondo's shooting's opened things up, and Sullinger's the guy who's going to benefit from it. Because look at how the pick and roll is going to work now. With guys can't commit to Sullinger and overcommit to the roll guy in the pick and roll because Rondo's going to hit a jump shot in their face if they let him.
Right.
I mean, it really opens up the entire offense when you have Rondo hitting shots like this. And 3 out of 6 from 3 tonight. I think he's like close to 40% for the season in 3 now, which is insane for Rajon Rondo.
It's around 39% around that.
I think he was up to 40 like midway through the game when he was 3 for 3, but he finished 3 for 6. So fell back down. I mean, we've never seen these kind of numbers from him before. I mean, it's unreal. He's hitting 2, 3, 4 threes a lot of games now. It's bizarre to see because we've been for so many years just seeing nothing of the sort like this. I mean, this is crazy stuff.
I mean, what's he got to lose, right? I mean, why not take the shot?
Yeah.
What's the worst that can happen? You lose again? I mean
that's Brad Stevens' philosophy this year. Just take those shots.
Just take the shots.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see next year whether guys like Jared Sullinger and Rondo and guys who aren't traditionally 3-point shooters keep shooting next year when they're not in tank mode anymore.
I know you love the Sully 3.
I hate the Sully 3 so much. Oh my God! Pull the plug already. He's shooting 20%. It's not happening for you.
Not yet. Anyways.
Player development isn't always smooth.
Yeah, well, give up on that one.
It's called practice.
And I should correct myself.
Practice. Sorry.
So I meant to say he's consistently scoring 20 points when they win because the last 2 games he had 14 and 12. But the Atlanta win, he had 22 points in that.
41,
but the number I'm looking at here on his game log is that he shot 4 threes in that Atlanta game, and then since then 6, 5, and 6 attempts from beyond the arc. I mean, that's like his go-to shot right now.
3-point shooter numbers right there.
Yeah, like a 3-pointer and a running floater going down the right side of the lane. Those are his 2 shots.
I wonder if any of that has to do with him. Maybe I haven't seen this, but I wonder if is he still hesitant enough to drive more than he used to? Would he rather just pull up than drive?
That was one of the things that Sullinger talked about was how initially he was a little bit hesitant, and so he decided to shoot instead. And then once the shot started going in, he's like, "Oh, I could do this even if I do have my 100% knees under me." So now he's kind of got the best of both worlds. He can drive and he can shoot, and he's kind of discovered both aspects.
And I was saying this earlier. It really doesn't look like there's any side effects aside from sitting in the second game of back-to-back. He seems completely fine out there.
Yeah.
I don't see any limitations in his game at all, which is a great thing.
And tonight, the way that he was pushing the ball, We were talking last game against the Warriors how Andre Iguodala was the one like running up and down on the opponent. Tonight it was Rondo. In that first half, there's every single play. I mean, he was getting the rebounds. He had 5 rebounds in the first quarter. And every time he was gunning it down floor, and they were getting 3-on-2 breaks or even 4-on-2 breaks.
Yeah.
And the Celtics, the reason why they won tonight was that because they had 28 turnovers, which we'll get to in the next video. But they just got out running early and established the way they wanted to play early. And they were in control of this game instead of being reactive as they tend to be and kind of fighting from behind.
Agreed. And that one Rondo play that really stood out to me is so Rondo of like previous years is when he was driving down the right side of the court and he fell and he kept the dribble alive and he kept going and he
it was pretty
drove to the hoop and then dished it out to nobody, I don't think. But that was just like, all right, well, that looks like Rondo that we're used to seeing. So yeah, it was good to see that.
Well, the big thing is I think Rondo doesn't know where the guys are, and I don't think the guys know where they're supposed to stand. Because I think it was that play where he threw the ball to the corner to the 3-point shooter who wasn't there.
Yeah,
I think it was Chris Humphries was like kind of baseline, so he was able to catch the ball for way out of bounds. Yeah, but there's been a lot of those plays where Rondo's passing it to invisible players, so that's the kind of thing that's going to have to get worked out. There's not a lot of crisp passing going on with Rondo right now. There's a lot of jumping at the free throw line and then tossing a soft pass and then resetting.
That's what he does.
Yeah, but that's what's going to happen with this offense
creative.
right now. Yeah.
He's creative indeed.
All right, part 3 coming up. We'll wrap up on this game and then hand out our box and ball awards. This is the Garden Report on Celtics Blog and CLNS Radio.
I mean, he's unstoppable. You know, I've always said, you know, the more he's improved, the more he's expanded his game, he's one of the best. You know, if he's coming down, knocking down threes, it's almost impossible to keep him out the paint at times, the way he has a floater, the way he finds people in traffic. If he's continued to consistently knock down that shot, watch out. Well, you know, they're a young team. You know, they got a mix of some veterans, some young guys who are developing. And they're only going to get better. I mean, Rondo is ready to lead. He's leading them right now, moving into the next generation of Celtics. And, you know, I think their future is going to be very bright.
This team, I think this team is special, not because I play for them. I just think it's special because we come out every night and we want to win. Anybody can just kind of throw in the season. Can also say, like, what are we playing for? You never know what can happen. And tonight was a big win for us, and hopefully we can do it.